Woodlands, one of Australia's most famed thoroughbred breeding properties. Formerly owned by the Ingham family, it's now home to some of Godolphin's most prized broodmares. And behind these gates, many of Australia's Group 1 stars have been produced. We're going to go on a little tour inside what they call the equivalent of the Australian Institute of Sport for horses.
Alright Joe, well, welcome to Godolphin Woodlands. We're just going to go for a drive around the farm and give you a tour of the farm, basically as a horse would progress.
How many mares are on the farm at the moment?
So at the moment, we've bred about 200 mares across the company this year, of which we'll have bred about 160 here. These mares are getting very close to the foaling unit now, and they've obviously got quite lush feed to feed on. So if you can imagine, they'll get checked regularly, they're ready to fall down, and then they'll go into these individual foaling pens, which is similar to like a private birding suite really. And then they'll move across into these sort of what we call the nursery yards, which are a little bit bigger. So after about 3 days old, the mare and foal move across to this part, which is what we call our 9A area. And we normally put them in a group of 2, so they start to learn to live with other mares and foals. So they'll normally spend the first 2.5 weeks of their life here, and then once they've gone through a foal heat and we're happy that everything's okay, they'll move on to the next part of the farm.
God, it's a stunning place.
It's a great backdrop, it's amazing. I guess, Joe, so we've got a very special mare here to all of us, because interestingly it comes from the sire side. So this mare is Dexterous, she's a dam of Sidestep, who's the sire of the slipper winner, Kiamichi. So she's the grandmother of a slipper winner, and her son ran second in the slipper, and he's now looking like he's going to be a very good stallion. So pretty exciting.
Yeah.
This is sort of a vital sort of cross section. So just to give you an idea, so along that road is about 10 paddocks, all exactly the same as we've just driven past. Yeah. This is where we wean. The mares will go out the front and start the process again, if you can imagine that. And then the foals will go over to what we sort of call high school, really. Yeah. So so it's sort of where we set it all out and thought about it, that's the best way to use the land. So we're about to cross the Hunter River, so again we're fortunate, we've got a natural boundary from all the young babies to, when they get weaned, they go across onto this part of the farm, which is basically no mares and foals over here, it's just purely just weanlings to yearlings, so what we'd call high school. So this is the start of the process, heading from with mum and heading from primary school into high school onto university, and it's where we're starting to work out what their capabilities are and what their requirements, more importantly, what their requirements are. So Joe, here we've got a group of fillies here, and they're they're not that long. Well, they've been weaned probably about 3 weeks to a month now. We've got a very special filly here. We've got Kiamichi's sister, she's a filly here with the little white star, brown filly.
Oh,
so
stand up.
Yeah, we'll see how we go this time next year. But our job really, Joe, is just to give every horse a chance, no matter what their makeup is that they get every chance growing up to be the best they can be, and then we pass it on to the racing team from there.